Spring is here, and the deals are hotter than ever at Shack Shop. Turn heads with stunning bikinis, now on sale. Explore the deep with cutting-edge underwater drones. Gear up for adventure with durable tents for every trip. Ride into spring with unbeatable deals on bikes. Fresh styles, women's fashion, and must-have looks, all discounted. Don't miss the Shack Shop Spring Fling Sale. These prices won't last. Shop now and make this spring unforgettable, only at Shack Shop.
Social media storm ignites after Kamala Harris's mob boss impression of Donald Trump sparks backlash. A wave of online reactions erupted across political and social media platforms after Kamala Harris delivered remarks that included an animated impersonation of Donald Trump during a public forum discussion on foreign policy. The moment, intended to illustrate her critique of Trump's global strategy, quickly became a flashpoint for criticism, debate, and viral commentary. A moment that took center stage. Speaking before an audience at an event hosted by the National Action Network, Harris set out to describe what she framed as a concerning shift in how the United States engages with its international allies. Her remarks focused on what she characterized as a transactional and isolationist approach to diplomacy. As she elaborated on her argument, Harris shifted tone and delivery, adopting what many interpreted as a dramatized voice to mimic Trump's negotiating style. In doing so, she likened his worldview to that of a mob boss, describing a hypothetical division of global influence in blunt, almost theatrical terms. According to her portrayal, such an approach would resemble a conversation in which global powers casually divide regions among themselves, suggesting a departure from traditional diplomacy rooted in alliances and cooperation. While the analogy was meant to underscore her concerns, it was the delivery, not just the content, that immediately drew attention. Online reaction, swift and divided. Within minutes of the speech circulating online, clips of Harris's impersonation spread widely across platforms like X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Reactions ranged from sharp criticism to humorous commentary, with many users focusing less on the policy argument and more on the performance itself. Several political commentators and influencers labeled the moment awkward or cringeworthy, arguing that the impression undermined the seriousness of the topic. Critics questioned whether adopting a stylized voice detracted from the substance of her message, suggesting it risked overshadowing the broader discussion about international relations. Others framed the moment as part of a broader pattern, pointing to past instances where Harris has been accused by detractors of shifting speech styles depending on context or audience. These critiques were amplified in partisan spaces, where the clip became a rallying point for political messaging. At the same time, some supporters defended Harris, arguing that the impersonation was a rhetorical device designed to make a complex geopolitical argument more accessible. They contended that political figures often use humor, satire, or exaggeration to illustrate their points and engage audiences. The context behind the critique. Beyond the viral moment, Harris's comments were rooted in a broader critique of what she views as a retreat from international partnerships. She argued that global challenges, ranging from regional conflicts to economic stability, require coordinated efforts among allies rather than unilateral decision-making. Her remarks come at a time when U.S. foreign policy is under intense scrutiny, particularly regarding tensions involving Iran and ongoing negotiations aimed at stabilizing key regions. Discussions around sanctions, military presence, and control of strategic waterways have heightened the stakes for diplomatic engagement. Trump, for his part, has emphasized an America First approach, often advocating for policies that prioritize national interests and reduce reliance on multinational agreements. Supporters argue this strategy strengthens U.S. sovereignty, while critics, including Harris, warn it could weaken long-standing alliances. Broader political climate. The exchange reflects a deeper divide in how American leaders conceptualize global leadership. On one side are those who prioritize multilateral cooperation and alliance building. On the other are advocates of a more independent, deal-oriented approach. This philosophical divide has become increasingly visible in recent years, shaping discussions not only about foreign policy, but also about trade, defense commitments, and international organizations. Harris's remarks and the reaction they generated highlight how political communication itself has become a battleground. In an era dominated by short video clips and rapid online sharing, the style and tone of a message can sometimes carry as much weight as its substance. The role of viral moments in modern politics. What might once have been a fleeting comment at a live event has now become a widely dissected moment, replayed and analyzed across countless platforms. The speed at which such moments spread underscores the evolving nature of political discourse. Public figures today operate in an environment where every gesture, phrase, or tonal shift can be captured, clipped, and reframed for different audiences. This reality has transformed not only how politicians communicate, but also how their messages are received and interpreted. In this case, Harris's attempt to illustrate a policy critique became a viral talking point in its own right, demonstrating how easily the medium can shape the message. Looking ahead, as discussions around U.S. foreign policy continue, moments like this are likely to remain part of the broader narrative.
Whether viewed as a misstep, a strategic rhetorical choice, or simply a viral curiosity, the incident reflects the high level of scrutiny faced by public figures on all sides of the political spectrum. Ultimately, the reaction to Harris's comments reveals as much about today's media landscape as it does about the political arguments themselves. In a world where perception can shift in seconds, even a brief impression can leave a lasting impact.